calling you a fool, going after things too great. Where so many people have failed, it makes you think you'll be safe. You have your hopes and aspirations, I'm just saying you have to be patient. Checking the numbers of our great nation, you're 3 to 7 to none. You've hardly even begun. What happens when winter comes? Oh, what happens when winter comes? What happens when winter comes? But this is a wedding song to remind you of all the things that could go wrong, to remind you that life can start to feel too long, to remind you that nobody is perfect, but it's worth it. Divorce rates are rising up, most people just hook up and then abandon ship when morning comes. Hate to break it to you, bud, you think you'll do better than them? Will you be the one to win? Break off this habit of sin, break off with concupiscence. Kids in this crazy mess of life make it crazier at night. Hug 'em, love 'em, need a nudge 'em, they spread their wings and soar above. Then emptiness will prove you done 'em right. They can soon lead their own life. The pride you'll feel will be worth every second of sleep they would steal. The souls of kids are just as real. Get them to heaven, now that's the deal. This is a wedding song to remind you of all the things that could go wrong, to remind you that life can start to feel too long, to remind you that nobody is perfect, but it's worth it. When winter comes, what can be done? Will you cower and will you run, or will you stay and talk it out? That's harder than it sounds right now. If you love them, make it so. Prove your love by holding to those vows you said those years ago, and hold on to those things you know. Like how to make her laugh, how to make him smile, how she talks too fast, how he holds a child, who you two first met when he first talked late, that time he first kissed, when he wrecked the first date, and all those little things you find so irksome. Used to be cute, but you kinda wanna curse them. What happened in time when love came easy? Keep it alive, and if that sounds cheesy. Cause this is a wedding song to remind you of all the things that could go wrong, to remind you that life can start to feel too long, to remind you that nobody is perfect, but it's worth it. Once 70 years have passed, you look back and laugh at how the path seemed too hard to steer. Now it's clear, you can look into her eyes and whisper, my dear, we've been faithful, and I'm grateful, but it's late, so please pray for my soul as I go, and I'll wait till that joyful day when we can say we have filled full or fulfilled what we did, what I do. I love you, please choose me as I choose you. Oh, every day. This is a wedding song to remind you of all the things that could go wrong, to remind you that life can start to feel too long, to remind you that nobody is perfect, but it's worth it. This is a wedding song to remind you of all the things that could go wrong, to remind you that life can start to feel too long, to remind you that nobody is perfect, but it's worth it.